Hello and welcome back to another video. Spooky season is officially here. It is October, rapidly approaching Halloween. So I figured, isn't it about time that I do a spooky Halloween themed makeup look? Of course it is. If you want to figure out how I achieved this super spooky and cute Halloween themed goth makeup look, make sure you keep watching. Okay, so I'm just starting off with my base already done, just foundation and powder. It's fairly simple. If you did want a more in-depth base tutorial on what I do have that in some other of my makeup videos. So I'm just starting off with this palette. I always use this palette, literally like a $15 palette off of Amazon. Had it since I was 16. It does the job, but you can use any palette that has similar or the same colors. So I'm just going in with this sort of like creamy color, and I'm just packing that all along here. I'm just tracing out kind of where I want the edge of my eye makeup to go to. I'm just going to use this color as sort of a transition between the orange that I'm planning to do and my skin tone. And then once I've got that done, I'm just going to use a fluffy brush to lightly blend that into my skin tone. Okay, so now that I have this sort of base color set down, I'm going to be going in with this orange color. This is like the main color of this eye look. And I'm just going to pack that literally all over my lid, a bit above the crease as well, because I'm going to want to blend this into that base color I first set down. So I'm literally just taking my time and patting this down pretty much everywhere. This is a pretty simple process. You just gotta make sure it's all evenly covered to the best of your ability. Also, fun fact, if you are getting a lot of fallout on this area, if you're using a really powdery eyeshadow, get one of these like big fat brushes. I just use this one for powder, and I just sort of dab it and brush it away. And this just picks it up without rubbing it in, so that you can continue on and not have any fallout on your face. Then I'm going to go back in with that fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to make little circles and blend this orange into that lighter yellowy color from before. Again, simple process. If you're taking your time doing it, just blending those colors into each other, into a nice gradient. Once I'm done blending, I'm just going to grab a bit more orange eyeshadow and just pack it down along the lid. Sometimes you'll find that after you're blending colors out, they get really desaturated. So I just like to go in again and add another little bit of that shadow just to make sure I'm getting the full volume of that color in there. Now on the fluffy brush, I'm grabbing a bit of orange, and I'm just going to bring that right down beneath my eye and blend that out as well. Don't be afraid to make a big area with this color here, because it is going to get semi-covered up by the eyeliner. So you want to make sure that you're kind of blending it out into a larger area so that it is still visible beneath the eye and around the eye when we do put the eyeliner on. And then just to add a bit more depth to this look, I'm going in with this really, really deep orange, almost red, but still bordering on that orange. And I'm just going to pack that along the inner more parts of my eyelid. And I'm going to blend this out as well. And this is just going to create a bit more depth with this slightly darker shade of orange. And I'm just going to keep packing and blending until it's blended out the way I like and it is to a saturation that I like. And I'm also going to bring this shade just down here beneath my eye, blending that out again with the fluffy brush. And this deeper color really just adds more depth and dimension rather than just having it be lighter orange shade. I really prefer it like this. And then I'm just gonna add a bit of that lighter color we started with on there just to get a nice gradient. As you can see, it is quite a large area that I'm covering with the eyeshadow. As I said, we're going to be doing pretty big eyeliner for this look, so I don't want to have to completely cover up the eyeshadow, hence why I'm making it so big. Okay, now comes the fun part, the eyeliner. So if you're a beginner to eyeliner, this is probably going to seem super difficult to you, but it's actually not as hard as you think if you break it down into smaller steps with this kind of cobweb or spiderweb themed eyeliner. So first, we're going to just start with doing a wing from the corner of your eye like you would usually do for a typical eyeliner. I'm going to do mine fairly large, that's just how I like it, and let's make it pretty wide as well. That's the wing I have so far. I'm just going to bring that down and do the little band of eyeliner across there. Now that we have these wings traced out, we're going to start by doing a various series of lines coming off of the eye. So I'm just going to go from this corner of my eye here, where that thin little band of eyeliner ends. I'm going to bring it down here, and you can do this downwards, but I find it easier to go upwards from the face towards the eye, like so. Maybe I'll get a bit of eyeliner in my eye. That is normal. That is fine. It's totally cool. So it's a bit messy, but we can always clean it up a little. And then making sure you're brushing any excess off of your little brush, because you want to have as little product on there as possible, just so you can make sure you're getting really thin, accurate lines. Just like so. So once we have that line done, we're going to come over here and just like a little triangle from where we did that liner, we're just going to bring it down from the eye yet again. Just like that. And then now a final line right here between those two lines. Just right there. Okay, so now that we have these base lines for our little spider webs, again, I'm brushing off any excess on my eyeliner brush. And then I'm going to have to connect these lines to each other. So I'm starting at the bottom here and going up to around there. Just like that. All around there. And don't fret if you make any little like over lines like that, because that actually looks kind of cool and I prefer it like that. So just gonna do this last one here. And it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to look cool. Next up, we're just going to do another set of lines connecting the web, just like we did with those bottom lines. Just a thin curved line between those other lines. I keep saying the word line, but that's okay, because that's really all we're doing, is making more lines. Just like that. Once we're past that step, I am just going to fill in my wing here. And you can see the difference it makes when the wing is filled in. It really makes it so much more dramatic, like that. I love to do a big fat wing. I love doing huge eyeliner. It's kind of my favorite thing. And I guess it does make it easier. There is less ways you can mess up when you're doing stuff like this bigger. So if you're just starting off with eyeliner and you think you're going to have trouble with this look, you can always do it bigger, like the size I'm doing it. That way the lines can be a little bit thicker and there is more room for error. I'm just going to use a thin eyeshadow brush and dab down some black eyeshadow over top of my eyeliner to mattify it. Putting powder over your liner also helps it to stay longer. Also, you can see I kind of made a mistake there, which I'm just going to blend out. There we go. And let's make the other side match. Yeah, black eyeshadow is your greatest friend, really. As somebody who does a lot of goth makeup, I've gone through like 10 of these little mini individual black shadow things, and then I'm going to grab this brush again, like it's a really thin brush, and I'm just gonna bring it under my eye here for a bit more definition. just like so. This is optional, but I'm also just gonna do my waterline. I just like the way it looks. Completely up to personal preference. If you have watery eyes like me, this stuff is gonna come off, but I like the way it looks when it's still on. And then I'm just going to use a bit of mascara and put that on my top and my bottom lashes. Now, obviously, I don't have eyebrows, so I'm going to draw mine on. How you do your eyebrows is totally up to you. But I just want to do some slanted brows for today. I kind of feel like that's what this look needs. Now that I've got my cute little brows done, I'm just going to put on some lashes. You absolutely do not have to put on lashes. I just want to add a bit of a dramatic flair to this look, because I feel like that's what it needs for me. If you don't want to, that is up to you. I totally support that, because lashes, to be fair, are very annoying, and I honestly really don't like wearing them. I have really, really watery and sensitive eyes, which you wouldn't expect from somebody who does a lot of, like, really big makeup. But yeah, whenever I'm doing a look like this, I'll either wear it out or I will take a few pictures, and then I will take it off, because there is no way I'm keeping this on all day. It hurts. But yeah, just sort of pinching these lashes on here. I never get it when people say it's easier to apply them with tweezers. I have built-in tweezers. Everybody's born with them, and they're called fingers. Haha. It's just a skill issue if you have to use tweezers, I guess. No, just kidding. I used to be horrible at putting on lashes, and I still sort of am, so if you want to use tweezers, that's up to you. Okay, now for the looks. I'm going to be using a little trick that I use when I want to do a fun and colorful lip look, but I don't have that shade of lipstick, because to be honest, who has the time to buy like green and blue lipstick? I sure don't, but I wish I did. So I'm just going to be using eyeshadow. I'm using that same shade I use for my eyelids. And make sure your lips have a lot of like foundation or concealer on them when you're doing this. Just so the color sticks to them better. For a warning, this is going to dry your lips out like a lot, but it looks cool, so it's worth it. Just make sure you put on lots of lip chap after. And yeah, this is messy, but I just dropped my brush. And then if you have black lip liner, you can use that, but I'm just using a eyeliner, like a not liquid one. I don't know, I don't usually use not liquid ones, but I'm just going to line my lips with black. And then once they're all lined, I'm just going to kind of rub it in with my finger to get that black blended with that orange. You can also go like this. But it's like really hard to do since it's all really dry, powdery stuff. Now that that's blended in, it sort of got rid of some of the saturation on the orange as well as the black. So I'm going to go back in and add over both colors. Okay, I kind of redid mine because the way I messed it up, okay? Everybody makes mistakes, that is fine. But now that I've got this down, I'm just going to add some clear lip gloss on top. You can use really any clear lip gloss. Rub my lips together. I love how the gloss kind of blends it a bit better. And just gloss is fun, you know? Like, who doesn't love like a little like glossy touch? But that is about it for today's video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you guys followed along this tutorial and did this makeup look yourself, I would love to see how it turned out. Make sure you post it on Instagram or TikTok and tag me. As always, my socials are all linked in the description down below, so make sure you check me out on there as well. I hope you enjoyed this video, you guys. I'll see you next time. Love you. Bye!